The fact that this system and this tool allows you to get money across the board, no matter what it is that you like to trade, is powerful. Whether you're trading the NASDAQ, the mini NASDAQ, you're trading crypto, you're trading Bitcoin, you're trading gold. If you see your setup, you'll discover A+ setups that allow you to know when to buy, sell, take profits, etc. Not financial advice, no guarantees. Everybody's results vary. But I'm confident in this tool enough to continue to talk about it and continue to document and share different things that I'm seeing. I'm able to replay and do demo trades on. But on the flip side, position myself so that once I'm actually trading with real funds, I've gotten the reps in. Yes, it's tempting to want to, just put real money in there because I see the power and the profitability of it. But I want to commit to what I said I was going to do, which is get at least 100 trades in, whether practice, replay, demo, whatever the case may be, get those trades in so I can say, okay, I understand how the market may move, when I need to take profits, when I need to, put certain things in place, what I need to be thinking about during the trade, all of those things. And then get in position to take and make real profits and increase my contract size so that I can have higher profits in a shorter time frame. Very key and critical, but I want to get the reps in, pay attention, learn, listen, replay certain things, all of those things, so I can position myself to better help myself, but also let you know the power in this tool for those of you who get access. And it does has a bot option. It has an option to have a bot that also mimics what's being provided or made available to those who get access to the tool and recognizing A+ systems. I put some on the end to show you what it looks like when an A+ system or A+ setup is present. So you'll know, okay, now I need to sell. Now I need to buy. Now I need to take profits. So it's powerful within itself for those who take advantage. But I love the fact that this morning people were getting money in the NASDAQ or the mini NASDAQ. But on the flip side, somebody got a nice bag in gold, made over 2,000, in gold in one day, within probably 30 minutes. Yeah, in a rather short amount of time. So the potential and the power is here. You just got to get on the inside. Salute to those who've already tapped in. But let's get into the chart of gold where money was also made.
So here's gold and how I played out earlier this morning when I said people was getting to the money. But I want to show you something at the end that's very important to know when it comes to trading and how the market moves that can position you to either make a lot of money or lose a lot of money, because both is key. Understanding how not to lose is very important, even though you're on a mission to make as much as you possibly can. So staying profitable revolves around you understanding how not to lose money as well. So this was around the time, this is a 3-minute chart, typically around the 2-minute, but this was around, let's just say 8:40, give or take, and the market was starting to go up. Now, it won't show the same way where it shows the take profits and all of that, but I want you to get the point. The daily bias is bullish, so it's trending up. We got the green there, and we had some green momentum a few ticks before we actually got this buy signal. This is where the buy signal took place. Now, if you notice, it's gray right there instead of green for momentum, which means that if you take this trade, that you only want to go to the halfway mark depending on where the take profit is set up. But you also want to pay attention to the fact that there's some boxes here, because the boxes could serve as some level of resistance that makes the market want to come back down. So those are things that you want to be looking at. Apologies for the wind in the background. I'm outside in nature, but I wanted to shoot this video so you can get a better understanding of how it all works. So let's hit play again. Now, if you don't take the trade right now, you're like, nah, I see the buy signal, but I'd rather wait until we get some green momentum and the bars are trending and the daily bias is bullish before I place my trade, because the chances of it pushing through are higher. I get that. Now look, we got some green momentum. So this could be a good time to buy right now. Then the green went away, but you see it popped up around this time frame, which lets you know if you did take that trade, it might not be a bad idea, due to the fact that when you have an A+ setup, the win rate tends to be around 80%. So you have to look at those things. So that being said, what you can do is, if you want to wait a little bit, you can wait until this starts to come back down and somewhat seem to bounce off of this blue line of this moving average here, just so you can catch it at a low before it goes back up, if you think it's going to go up based on the buy signal, based on the A+ trade setup. So all of those things are the things you want to pay attention to. But let's see how it goes. Remember, I haven't put in a trade just yet. I'm just showing you how the market was moving after a signal was provided, so you can understand how the signal works. So now it's went down some, and let's just say hypothetically I placed the buy here. Now that it's gone down some to try to test this moving average. So let's play it out and let's see what could come from there, because I said you can wait until it comes down here, and we got some green momentum, and it's still daily bias bullish, trending in the green, potentially can go up some more, potentially, but we shall see. So as of now, it's showing, it's going back in the red. Right now, it's sitting at, a slight loss, and it's still adjusting to whatever is going on. and you're always watching the daily buys, the momentum that plays a part. And sometimes even if it turns gray, whenever the signal was produced, if it had momentum, you can still potentially position yourself for profits despite the fact that the momentum has gone away. You just want to be willing and ready to take profits early in this scenario. And as you can see, it had a time frame where it went up. It actually would have been a higher profit right there, but I got it kind of where it's on fast speed on the replay. But it could have been in a decent little profit right here based on the fact that it wicked up, which would have given you the opportunity to take some profit there as well. But once I, there's a couple of things I want you to see, because something drastic happened towards the end that's very important to note. And if you're inside of the community, once you get access to the tool, if you so choose, you'll get access to the community. And certain things that you'll get on the front end or know about on the front end that can help you to become more profitable. I know that wind is kicking it. Now let's pause it. Or take it back slightly, because you see how high it jumped up, which means that the A+ setup was pretty significant. I'm gonna take it back slightly because, hold on, if it'll let me. So I'm gonna take it back slightly here and see if I can catch the bigger profit that took place. May not let me, but you get the point. That was a good profit opportunity. Right now I'm just showing $11 in profit. However, it would have been more. But let's keep it going, because I want to get to the last part so you can understand how powerful this thing is in terms of how they can trick you out of your money if you're not careful. So, okay, I think it took me out of the trade, but you get the point. The A+ setup was successful because the buy signal was given here. We had some green bars, a little momentum kicking in here and there, and boom, we had a burst up there. Profits could have been taken right there. So that's very important to note. Now, let's fast forward, because see, the profits are still going up. So a lot of people made money on gold right here because it kept going up, going towards what we call the magic money ball. Because sometimes these things serve as a magnet to attract it in the direction of it. So a lot of profits were taken by people. Somebody made like 2,000 plus in a matter of 30 minutes, and then made some more money later. No guarantees, not telling you what's going to happen for you, but just letting you know that people are using this tool to have a great level of success. So let's keep going forward, because that would have been a good profit opportunity right there if a person was to get out. But keep in mind, it also has the ability to go down just as fast. So be willing to take some money off the tables. Don't overstay your welcome, as they say, because you never know what's likely to happen. As you can see, it started going back down, but it was an opportunity right there. Now, this is what I want to point out. Around 1 o'clock, something major took place, because during this time, you want to be careful, because it's going up and down, and there's money being made in each and every direction. But around 1 o'clock, what happened is there was some type of federal meeting taking place, and a lot of times news can position you to make a lot of money or lose a lot of money, because you never know what direction things are going to head. Now, it was a confirmed sell right here, a sell signal that was produced right here, and it was trending in a downward direction, but the daily bias is still bullish. So it's not an A+ setup. However, just because it's bullish right now doesn't mean it will stay bullish. You just have to keep your eye on it and see if this is something that, or a trade that you would like to take. So it's still daily bias of bullish. We still had a sell signal, but taking a sell at that time wouldn't have been good because the market was still bullish. So money was still being made on the upside here. So you just have to make sure that, okay, I don't want to just take any sell signal if everything else doesn't match. Otherwise, they can get me. And a lot of people, I'm sure, got not in our community, but just in general, because they were looking at the wrong thing, but instead of looking at everything. But look at how big this dropped. I told you at 1 o'clock, I want you to lay eyes on this. At 1 o'clock, it was a Fed meeting. And did you see how big? At first, those candles were looking big until these came. Something was said that caused gold to tank. And those who were in position, because remember, it was a sell signal here, which means that if a person held on long enough, they could have made a ton of money. But sometimes people, when they see themselves losing money, they jump out of the trade. You got to be willing to go through what can come from it. But this news tanked gold, and people in our community made a decent amount of money. Somebody posted an image of them making $4,000. Somebody, had a 1K day. So it was people that made money, but it was after they got the news, after they realized the direction that this would make the, the stock go, or this ticker symbol go, and sure it did. It went down in that direction. So paying attention to the news is very important, because even though you can look at a technical analysis and look at all of the charts and signals and things of that nature, news can cause the market to move in a way that does not always make sense, because it plays on the fear and greed of people. And if something sounds fearful in a certain area, it can cause the market to drop or go up. And that's exactly what happened after 1 o'clock. It's still going down. Now it shows another sell signal inside our system. And right now, this makes this sell signal an A+ signal, because you got a daily bearish bias, sell signal, red momentum, red bars from a trend standpoint, and green momentum. So that means if a person places a trade right here, that's an A+ setup. Would it guarantee it to go to the take profit? Not necessarily, but it's an A+ setup. You can take it with pride, knowing that you at least abided by the rules, and you have an 80% chance of it going to the take profit. So let's see if it does. And keep in mind, sometimes you can get tricked out of your spot because it'll go in the opposite direction. And it's a matter of will you stick around to see what can come from it. And in this case, did that disappear? In this case, it eventually hit that take profit. However, some people might have got stopped out depending on where their stop loss was, but it did eventually hit that take profit and some. And the news led the path of the stock market going the way that it is. So paying attention to the news is very key and critical when trading. Just wanted to point that out and let you know how the system and the tool is working. When you get an A+ setup, it's a high probability chance of you being able to get profits. Just got to know when to take money off the table. Don't be scared to take money off the table, even if it could have made you more later. You just want to stay in the game and live to trade another day. If you want access to the tool, link is down below. You know what to do, so do what you know. Mr. Smith signing out. Salute.